My name is Sheelamma. My husband suffered stomach pains and tragically died at the age of 30. Then I was 20 and left alone with a 5-year-old son in my home village, located 185 miles, 300 kilometers, north of Bengaluru. I was miserable. I decided to leave the village. I left behind my son right to my cider. However, my plan was not to return back. I walked to a neighboring village and jumped into a deep well, hoping to drown. Someone came to draw water from the well and saw me floating, unconscious, in the water. A man lowered himself on a rope into the well and lifted me up in a basket. The villagers built a warm fire and dressed me in dry clothes. When awoke, villagers were angry at me and asked me taught questions. Why did you do this in our village? You could have killed yourself in your own village. Then they recognized me and knew that I have a son. Why would you try to commit suicide when you have son? Someone said. If you are poor, you could have at least begged for food. The villagers escorted me back to my village to my sister's house. I did not want to stay. I wanted a new life. A month later, I took my son Ryu by train to Bengaluru. I didn't know anyone in the city. I had no relatives or friends. At the train station, people saw the poor mother and told me to return to my village. You have a small child. Bengaluru is not a safe place, they told me. I didn't have any intention of going back. A driver offered me a free ride and dropped me off at a cathedral. I sat in front of the building, crying and praying to my gods. On the ground nearby, I spotted a postcard with a picture of Jesus. I wasn't a Christian, but recognized Jesus. Please help me, Jesus, I said to the postcard. After a while, a woman came out of the cathedral and gave rice and curry to eat, but she asked me to go back to my village. I told her that I am a widow and that I needed a work. No work, she replied to me. I started crying. Then a passerby stopped and asked why I was crying. Upon hearing my story, the passerby invited me to her house and helped me to find work as a part-time housekeeper. One of the people whose houses I cleaned was a pastor, and we quickly became friends. Do you know how to read and write? He asked me one day. He taught me the alphabet. Slowly I began to read the Bible and started going to church on Sabbaths. Then I gave my heart to Jesus. After the pastor moved to Mumbai, another pastor helped me to find a job working as a custodian at an Adventist school. I worked there for 34 years. I retired in 2004. I am very happy. I came from nowhere and God showed me where I should go by leading me to His church. I praise God that He has blessed me. My life is good because of Him.